How you all doing? This is Nathaniel Sosa So Center. Today I want to talk about a very interesting Facebook post that I seen today. And the Facebook post was titled End of a Generation. And it listed a lot of NBA players who were pretty much on their way uh, to retirement, including LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. And I had mentioned this before in one of my videos how a lot of NBA players that I grew up watching are in their mid 30s to late 30s, and they're pretty much at the retirement stage. And so this is a very sad post and a very true post. Again, it listed LeBron James is heading into his 21st year in the NBA. Chris Paul is heading into his 19th year. Kevin Durant is heading into his 17th year. Russell Westbrook is heading to his 16th year. James Harden is heading to his 15th. Steph Curry is heading into his 15th. And Paul George is heading to his 14th. And I mentioned before in one of my other posts that Jimmy Butler also will be 34 this upcoming year. So a lot of these top players in the NBA will be retiring soon. You know, we do have our new superstars as far as Jokic, Giannis, and I don't know why I can't think of his name, the center for the Philadelphia Sixers. And those three guys are all, in a sense, European. And I would say our top American star is, of course, John Morant. And I made a video before all of his allegations that I really believe that John Morant is on his way to superstardom. You know, he just has to stay out of trouble. You know, if I can look at him and I can look at the key player from the Phoenix Suns, I would say John Morant is above that. You know, Memphis does have a really good team, but you know, ever since John Morant's been on that team, it's just kind of took them to another level. But you know, growing up when I was a kid, I remember seeing the end of Michael Jordan's career, those three straight championships, and people always talk about like Karl Malone and Charles Barkley, how there were a lot of people who didn't were very talented and very good who didn't win championships. And some of these players now in the league, like and Karl Malone was an MVP, you know. So similar to like Steve Nash. Steve Nash was a two-time MVP, and he didn't win the NBA championship. So LeBron James has won four, I believe. Steph Curry has won four. But players like Kevin Durant, James Harden, Chris Paul, who just signed with Golden State, has a good chance to go to the finals. Chris Paul. We're going. We also, man, I do not know. I can Jimmy Butler with the Miami Heat. Man, I don't know why I can't think of names right now. We're gonna see a lot of talented players not win a championship. And as I watch these guys from college, high school, man, seeing Steph Curry kill at Davidson, seeing LeBron James kill in high school and come to the NBA and just kill it. See Kevin Durant kill, go to Texas, win all those awards. Even Carmelo Anthony, seeing him kill, win a championship at Syracuse. There's going to be a lot of talented players to never win an NBA championship. And that's just something I just never thought about, you know what I'm saying, seeing the next guy who's like a Charles Barkley or like a Karl Malone, like how Karl Malone was an MVP. Kevin Durant was an MVP and led the league in scoring, but more than likely he's probably going to retire without an NBA title. It's not necessarily a bad thing because Kevin Durant also received a lifetime contract shoe deal. He's one of the only players to receive a lifetime shoe deal like LeBron James and Steph Curry, but it's really sad to see a post like this. It's going to be really sad to see this era leave. You know what I'm saying? We've seen the big decision with LeBron James going to Miami. We've seen similar to like a Boston and LA, not exactly, but we've seen a rivalry early in LeBron's career between Boston and the Cleveland Cavaliers. How Boston ended up getting the big three, and that was kind of the start of the super teams. Then later later LeBron's career, we've seen a rivalry between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. And when he was with Miami, we've seen a big time rivalry between him and between LeBron and the Spurs when Tim Duncan was still playing. So we've seen some great basketball. We've seen Steph Curry 2 years ago took the Warriors, who I think was a 6 seed, all the way to the NBA championship and win his 4th championship. And we seen that Golden State dynasty. We seen a young Oklahoma City team with Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Kevin Durant make it all the way to the finals. You know, they ultimately lost to LeBron James and Wade and the Heat, but that was an amazing team. Even though they broke up, then we see James Harden go to Houston, get a big time contract, lead Houston to the Western Conference semifinals, all the way to a 3-2 lead over Golden State and almost win it to Chris Paul towards hamstring. You know what I'm saying? Then we seen Kevin Durant by himself at OKC lead the league in scoring and get an MVP. You know what I'm saying? We seen Russell Westbrook at OKC by himself after Kevin Durant left and lead the league in triple doubles, and I believe he broke the record. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a different time now. But like I said, it's just unfortunately it's gonna be time for these players to go, and like I said, it's just sad to see them go. Sad to see it come to an era where there will be no LeBron James, there will be no Steph Curry, there will be no Kevin Durant. You know, of course, these guys are still gonna be doing their thing on the side. LeBron James has an amazing job with the school. Steph Curry has a shoe deal. He does a major job off. He's a philanthropist, and everything he does outside of the league. I haven't heard too much of what Kevin Durant does outside of the league, but we did see him in a documentary about his community, how good his community is in basketball. But you know, the new era is here, and the new era is coming. We seen Wembanyama put up 27 points, 12 rebounds in the second summer league game. She's 7'4", dribbling the ball up the court, shooting threes. Giannis still hasn't really developed that jump shot, but he's just a beast coming down the lane, dunking, too strong, getting to the rim. And, you know, Jokic has really changed the game because we seen Zion Williamson, a post about Zion Williamson saying he really has no desire to develop a float or develop like an elbow shot. We seen Jokic being able to dribble, bringing up the core, assist, bringing up the floor, assist. He has a floater as a big man, as a 7-footer. He can shoot the elbow shot, hook shot with both hands. So we definitely seeing, you know, guys who are very talented and just as skilled almost at every position. You know what I'm saying? Jokic has changed the game because now we're seeing more bigs, you know, with the defense getting better, stopping the pick and roll. We see 7-footers like Jokic shooting floaters, even though now we have younger guys saying they don't want to develop the floater, but we have Jokic who's almost unstoppable because if you cut him off, he's just going to float it right over you. You know what I'm saying? So, again, it was just an interesting post that I wanted to talk about because it's something that I have talked about, you know what I'm saying, with my close friend Patrick Bell before, that, you know, these guys will be retiring soon. And you know, I'll be happy to see a new generation as an older man, but it's sad to see these guys go that I pretty much grew up in a sense with them because I'm the same age as these guys, 34, 35, 36. I'm in the same age range, and I've seen these guys. Well, I was in college seeing these guys playing college, and as a grown man, seeing them develop as NBA players. So I kind of know how, like, my father felt seeing Michael retire, seeing Charles retire, because seeing Karl Malone retire, because he's seen those guys as he grew older. They grew up and they were the same age, you know. So again, this is the thing of Swaps and Swaps signing out. You all have a good one.